Sister Wives Janelle Brown talks to Garrison in emotional post. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has been documenting her healing journey since the tragic passing of her son, Garrison. According to reports, Garrison died from an apparent suicide on March 5, 2024. Family and friends mourned the devastating loss of Janelle and Cody's son. It was a difficult time for everyone, and it seems Janelle still hasn't recovered from the loss. Keep reading to see her emotional message for Garrison. Sister Wives, how's Janelle Brown today? Janelle has been thriving in life since her separation from Cody. Many of her posts to date are about her trips with her business partners. The Sister Wives star is currently a high-ranking ambassador of the pink drink company she's been selling along with her daughter, Maddie. She currently lives in North Carolina. However, she's still pursuing her part of the property in Flagstaff, which will be the main focus of the second part of Season 19. In a social media post, Janelle Brown shared an emotional message for her late son, Garrison. According to the Sister Wives star, it was such a weird day for her as Garrison seemed so alive in all of the photos they have together. Janelle also confessed that there are times when she forgets she'd never see her son again, saying, "I remember." Grief is so strange. Janelle then expressed how much she loves Garrison's remembrances with the family, and she had to reshare it in honor of him and to also celebrate his birthday. Janelle continued, "Till we meet again, sweetheart." Many fans also sympathized with Janelle. "You are so amazing, Janelle, less than 3, I adore you and your character. You were so brave and strong. Much love to you and your family today and always. Happy birthday, Garrison. Can't imagine what you're going through, you're a strong woman, Rip Garrison. Happy heavenly birthday, Garrison, have been thinking of you all day, Janelle. Sending you sweet memories and peaceful moments. Grief is on its own geometrical path unlike any other. It's not linear. It's not circular. It is its own shape. Sending you so much love and support. All of us parasocials grieve your wonderful son and are here for you, Sister Wives." Janelle Brown shares final haul from Flagstaff. Janelle also took to social media earlier this week to share her final haul in Flagstaff. The Sister Wives star revealed that she got help from some of her friends to pick up her stuff from her last storage unit in Flagstaff. She added that she was waiting for a vacant time and nice weather to bring the last load with her. She continued, "With the family wedding in SLC last week and meaning to pick up a few things from Hunter's Place in Vegas, this past week was the week." It's clear that Janelle Brown no longer has intentions of moving back to Flagstaff. She has yet to share updates regarding her property dispute with Cody. But she revealed in the latest season that she had already hired lawyers to help with the division of the property. The desert breeze whispered softly across the backyard of Janelle Brown's Flagstaff home. The sky was painted in golden pink hues, the kind of sunset that Garrison always said made Arizona worth every bit of its heat. Janelle stood alone, holding her phone with trembling hands. Her fingers hovered over the post button, her heart a wild mix of sorrow, love, and maternal longing. Tonight wasn't just another night, it was his night. Garrison's birthday. She had baked his favorite German chocolate cake, even though she knew no one else really liked it. She could still hear his voice teasing her in that boyish tone, "Mom, no offense, but you don't have to make it every year." He never meant it. He always took the biggest slice. Janelle sat on the porch swing they put together during the early days of the pandemic. She could still remember Garrison's laughter as they struggled with the instructions. "Who writes these things? A robot?" He joked, and together they made it work, their teamwork filled with quiet joy and unspoken love. Now, she gazed at the cake inside the house through the sliding glass door, untouched, lit by the flickering of a single candle. She lifted her phone again. Her Instagram was open, the caption halfway written. But this wasn't something she could just toss together with a pretty filter and a throwback photo. This was a letter, a lifeline. Not just for her followers, but for herself and for him. "Hey, buddy," she whispered aloud, her voice cracking with the weight of grief. "I hope you can hear me." She began to type again. "Happy birthday, my sweet Garrison. I've rewritten this post at least 10 times. Nothing feels good enough to capture how much I miss you. Today, you would have been laughing at me for crying while icing your cake. You'd probably sneak a finger through the frosting like you always did, just to make me pretend to scold you. I would give anything to yell at you for that again. Anything." The wind picked up slightly, rustling the chimes she hung just outside the window. Garrison's chimes. They had been his idea, a little project to bring sound to still nights. Now every tone was a ghostly melody she both loved and dreaded. She continued typing. I want you to know, son, that we talk about you every day. Your siblings miss you fiercely. Gabriel carries your army stories like badges of honor. Savannah says she hears your voice when she's struggling, encouraging her, just like you always did. And me. I still look for your Jeep pulling into the driveway, still wait to hear your heavy boots on the porch. Sometimes in the early morning, I think I hear your door open. And, for a second, I believe. Janelle paused, wiping a tear from her cheek. She glanced up at the sky, which had deepened into purple. A single star blinked in the east. Maybe it was just a satellite. But in that moment, she let herself believe it was him, her boy, watching over them, keeping his soldier's vigil. You were so brave, Garrison. Not just in your service, but in your life. You stood up for what you believed in. You called people out when things were unfair. You held your head high even when it hurt. I want you to know I was always proud of you. Even when we didn't agree, even when we clashed about life or choices, you were mine. And if I could go back and do anything differently, I would have just hugged you tighter, talked longer, listened more. I hope you knew how loved you were. She looked at the picture she'd attached to the post, Garrison smiling in his uniform, standing in front of the RV they'd worked on together one summer. He had insisted on learning how to do the wiring himself, even though it took them twice as long. Independence is the point, Mom, he'd said. That had always been his spirit, fierce, determined, and generous. Today, I sat in your room for a while. It still smells like your cologne. I found one of your notebooks, sketches of dream homes, little scribbles of plans. You wanted to build, to create, to have something yours. You were just getting started. And yet, you left us with so much. Janelle paused again. Her thumb trembled above the screen. She thought about how public grief could feel like ripping yourself open for strangers, but also how healing it could be. Her followers, her community, they had seen her through everything. And this wasn't just a post. This was her son's legacy.